Hey everyone, Mystical Mark here. So in this video we're going to be talking about this full moon in Capricorn coming up. But first, before I jump into that, I just want to let everyone know that I do have readings available up on Etsy. So I believe it's mysticalmarkastro.etsy.com. You can go there. The pricing for them is very reduced at the moment. They're not going to stay at that price. So a 1 hour birth chart reading is $30 and a half an hour transits only, so how the transits are affecting you, is $15. Okay, so you can head to my Etsy store if you are interested in that at all with getting a personal reading with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, link is in the description. If you're on TikTok, you'll just have to just go there, mysticalmarkastro.etsy.com. Okay, just want to get that out of the way. So now let's jump into the chart here. Let's take a look. All right, so as we can see here, Sun at 1 degree of Cancer, Moon at 1 degree of Capricorn for this full moon in Capricorn. All right, so with this here, there's kind of a few things to note. One thing I do want to mention is that we're still in this realm of change and transformation. So like I've spoken about previously in my previous videos, all the way back to the solar eclipse, all that stuff is still relevant. And we're still dealing with those aspects of change that are needing to occur, those big shifts and changes that are needing to occur. And like I said before, that's a shift towards love, right? It's not being ignorant to what's going on in the world. It's facing a lot of this stuff and realizing that, you know, maybe we do need to shift into more of a place of love, right? That's what I'm getting at with that. So to kind of get started here, Sun at 1 degree of Cancer. So as we can see here with the Sun, there is this quincunx here to Pluto. As well, I do want to note there's a square here to Neptune still and a square here to Black Moon Lilith. So normally the signs, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, they all get along. But because a lot of these planetary energies are at the cusps of these signs, this is what is known as an out-of-sign square. And so we can see the moon here as well. It's also squaring Neptune, also squaring Black Moon Lilith. Again, with an out-of-sign square. So what this is really hinting at and kind of emphasizing, I feel, is this Neptune, Black Moon Lilith type energy is really kind of being pushed at as like an emphasis surrounding this. So with Sun in Cancer, Cancer always wants to feel comfortable. Cancer relates to our emotions, our family life, home life, things like that. So with this Black Moon Lilith energy, Neptune energy, which are in opposition, so this is creating basically like a grand cross, a grand square with this full moon, is this may not feel very good on this full moon, as this Black Moon Lilith can feel like where we've been outcast. In Virgo, again, that's detail-oriented, day-to-day schedules, that kind of stuff, ideals of perfectionism. But I feel like the detail-oriented aspect of it is kind of like things, as it's opposing Neptune here, Neptune and Pisces, this could be things that are hidden. Black Moon Lilith and Neptune and Pisces can both relate to like secrets, hidden things, so there's emphasis on that. So there's something that could really be coming to the surface regarding, especially the square and these oppositions, like a push to view that. So this stuff could really be coming up for a reason, especially during a full moon. Full moon is about release. Full moon in Capricorn, dealing with this Capricorn energy, it could be a release surrounding aspects of restriction and control, right? So again, Saturn is sitting over here in Pisces. The dissolution of that malefic energy is kind of what I call that. So we're kind of like dissolving these aspects of control in that way. So this can be a bit triggering and maybe feeling a bit uncomfortable in a lot of ways here. To emphasize that even more, the Sun is in quincunx here to Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So this Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, a really strong transformation, change, just kind of a lot of upheaval in that way, a strong emphasis on change. Of course, we have Uranus here, the ruler of Aquarius, in Taurus. Like I said, Uranus in Taurus is very hard to shift, very hard to change, but it's change that really needs to occur. It's those big shifts and changes that really need to push to occur, kind of like that cattle prod type energy to get things moving. So there's still that strong emphasis on that. Of course, with Pluto retrograde, this is a change that we've already recognized that needs to occur, that has already been set in motion in some way, as I said in my last video. This quincunx, though, can feel frustrating. Sun in Cancer wants to be comfortable. Pluto in Aquarius, this is very rebellious. Change, your uniqueness, putting it out there, transformation, facing kind of that things and making waves in a sense, right? Cancer may not want to do that. So there's this frustration here regarding, quincunxes can feel like one or the other. So it's like, do I just feel comfortable and live and just not do anything and just carry on? Or do I need to continue on with this change? The thing is, we're dealing with Pluto here with this quincunx, so this is ultimately going to win out. This is likely going to feel very uncomfortable, could feel very emotionally triggering, could deal with our families, dealing with home life, that kind of stuff that is coming through. And again, this grand square with this Neptune, Black Moon, Lilith type energy, again, bringing up sensitivity surrounding maybe where we've been outcast, regarding secrets, things that are kind of maybe coming up in ourselves in a lot of ways that need to be released. And a lot of that is surrounding aspects of control, because those aspects of control are maybe what made us feel outcast in the first place, or had to hide certain things or whatever, right? So this, with any quincunx, it involves some kind of integration that needs to occur. So again, this can feel like one or the other type energy, but really it's this transformation that we know that needs to occur, these waves that are maybe needing to be made, which may feel uncomfortable at the time, but they will lead to a higher level of comfort and emotional stability further on. Right, so there's this triseptile here to Saturn's south node, as well as this quad novile to Pluto's south node. So this quad novile here, I feel like, is very important in that it's referencing Pluto's south node here in Capricorn. So it's that transformation, that kind of destruction of the restriction and that control in that way. And with this quad novile here, we're learning to break that down and maybe step out of our comfort zone here with this Sun in Cancer, right? So there's an aspect of learning and understanding that this is something that we actually need to do. So maybe that's part of the integration here with this quincunx that really does need to occur. And of course, this involves, again, it's kind of, excuse me there, but maybe that's an emphasis on something. Of course, this involves, this grand cross here as well with whatever is coming up. So I feel like this full moon may be uncomfortable. We may be wanting to feel comfortable, but it's not really going to feel that way. There's stuff kind of coming up. Of course, the sun has already been in a zigzag square to Black Moon Lilith when it was in Gemini. We're on past the solstice already. So we're still feeling this, right? Especially with this grand cross, it's really being triggered on this full moon here. But again, because of this Pluto stuff, we're really still triggering these aspects of transformation and change. Like I said, Uranus is still here in Taurus. Jupiter, of course, where am I going with this here? Okay, Uranus is here in Taurus. Venus still rules Taurus. Of course, Venus is in Cancer as well. So again, highlighting more of this Cancerian comfort level, emotional kind of stuff. But Venus is kind of here stuck in the middle between the Sun here as well as Jupiter's north node. Mercury's on Jupiter's north node. Jupiter is, of course, in Gemini, still in trine to Pluto, so expanding this area of where we already know that we need to change and transform, and maybe communicate that, bring that into our awareness, right? And also speed it up, right? Gemini is very quick. It wants to speed things up. Yeah, I'm noticing here there's a trine to the south node here in Libra as well from Jupiter with this trine to Pluto. So again, this transformation, this release of certain things to be aware of here. All right, looks like I'm running out of time here. Again, I post this on multiple platforms, so I'm limited in terms of how much I can actually say on certain platforms, just due to the time constraints. So again, if you are looking to get a personal reading with me, which is of course longer, I go more in depth for you and of course relates more personal to you. Again, I have my Etsy shop, link is in the description if this is on YouTube. Otherwise, if you're on TikTok, mysticalmarkastro.etsy.com. And yeah, that's all I've really got for this one. So again, this could feel a bit, uncomfortable, but always remember, focus on your heart, focus on love, stay positive in the best way that you can always. This is ultimately for our best good. Change is a good thing, even if it doesn't feel that way while we're going through it. Thank you. Have a great week. Take care, everyone. Bye.